In today's video, I will be continuing my realistic offseason rebuild series going in order of all the real life draft picks in the first round. The Houston Texans are technically supposed to have the 27th pick, but they have traded it away. Today we'll be rebuilding the Texans. The Texans still have the same head coach, DeMeco Ryans. They still have the same offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. They're running a West Coast power run, which is 88% scheme fit, and then defensively they're at a 4-3, which is 83% scheme fit. And we're doing the default Houston Texans offensive and defensive playbooks. The latest update in Madden franchise has it at Super Bowl week without the game actually being played, so I did have to force the Chiefs to win, so the score is not accurate, but all the other teams and scores that you see are accurate, so the draft order is going to be exactly right. This rebuild is beginning right after the Super Bowl ends. I am using a realistic draft class. As you can see, we got Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Marvin Harrison Jr., and all other players that are coming out of college into this year's draft in real life. I have gone through and manually updated the Texans roster to match what they've done in real life. So we have Joe Mixon at running back. We got Stefon Diggs coming over in the trade from the Bills. And see, on the offensive side, we need to focus on maybe trying to get a center, maybe trying to do something at right tackle. But everywhere else, we're actually looking pretty good. Defensively, we did go get, who was it, Okuda. They did that in real life. They also got Danielle Hunter. Desmond King came back. So we matched everything they did, and it looks like we probably need to maybe try to get like an outside linebacker, or maybe even try to upgrade a third cornerback. But overall, this Texans roster is built to pretty much win right now. It's basically just going to matter if CJ Stroud can produce or not, but we're going to the draft from here. Here in the second round of the draft, we did not have a first round pick, but we do have 2 second round picks. We're going to draft center Zach Frazier from West Virginia. We definitely need to do an upgrade there, and he is available. So he's 6'3", 313 pounds. He's a power scheme fit, 22 years old. It says that he is a top fit for us. He has good acceleration, solid agility, elite change of direction, great jumping, solid speed, and decent strength. He has A's in a lot of stuff and the potential to have A's in a lot of other things. He's got hidden dev with 84 strength. It looks like we got a steal in the second round. With the other second round pick, I'm going to draft this right tackle, Blake Fisher from Notre Dame. He is 6'6", 310 pounds. He's a power scheme fit, 21 years old. He has solid acceleration, good agility, elite change of direction, solid jumping, solid speed with good strength. He does have A pass block, A run block power, and the potential to have A in a couple of other things. He's got hidden dev with 87 strength. In the third round, I'm going to draft this middle linebacker, Cedric Gray from North Carolina. He is 6'2", 234 pounds. He's a run stop and scheme fit, 22 years old. He has great acceleration, solid agility, elite change of direction, elite jumping, good speed, good strength. He has A catching, A hit power, A zone coverage, C tackle. Got normal dev with 87 speed. Fourth round, I'm going to draft this cornerback, Kalen King from Penn State. He is 5'11", 191 pounds. He's a man-to-man guy, 21 years old. He has great acceleration, solid agility, decent change of direction, good jumping, poor speed with decent strength. We know for sure he has C man coverage, and his zone coverage has the chance to be between an A and a C. He's got normal dev with 87 speed. I simulated the rest of the draft picks. In the second round, we took center Zach Frazier. He's a 70 overall, which is a little bit lower than I was hoping for, but he's still probably going to be a starter for us right away as a rookie. 22 years old with hidden dev. He has 84 strength, 80 run block, and 82 pass block. With our other second round pick, we took right tackle Blake Fisher from Notre Dame. He's actually a 72 overall, so he'll be starting for us right away as well. 21 years old with hidden dev. He has 87 strength, 76 run block, and 78 pass block. In the third round, we took linebacker Cedric Gray. He is a 70 overall. He has 87 speed, normal dev, 22 years old, 87 speed, 79 tackles, 70 block shed, 86 hit power. I'm going to move Cedric Gray to outside linebacker. He might be able to take over as one of the starters. And then the rest of the guys are all in the 60s, so they're just going to be backups. This is what the starting lineup is looking like for the season. We got CJ Stroud at quarterback. He's an 81 overall with superstar dev, coming off of winning Offensive Rookie of the Year in real life. Joe Mixon at running back, an 88 with star. Pierce has a backup running back, 80 with star. Stefon Diggs coming from Buffalo in the trade is a 91 with X Factor as our #1 receiver. Tank Dell's are going to be our slot receiver, 81 with star. Nico Collins, 83 with star, is going to be our second receiver. Dalton Schultz at tight ends, 84 with star. The rookie Fisher starting at right tackle is a 72 with hidden dev. He's better than Titus Howard, who's a 71 with normal dev. Shaq Mason at right guard is an 80 with star. Do have Frazier starting at center, but he's injured for 1 week for whatever reason. 70 with hidden dev. Green at left guard is a 72 with star. And then Larry Tunsil, one of the best left tackles in the NFL, is a 94 with superstar. Defensively, Will Anderson Jr. coming off of winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's an 85 with superstar dev at defensive end. Fatukasi as our defensive tackle 2, 77 with normal. Autry is our defensive tackle 1. He's a 78 with normal. Danielle Hunter coming over from Minnesota. He's an 88 with star. Stingley Jr. is going to be our number 1 corner. He's an 88 with superstar. Jeff Okudah, 75 with normal dev, is going to be our slot corner. Desmond King is going to be our number 2 corner. He's an 80 with star. Ward, strong safety, is an 81 with star. Harris, outside linebacker, is a 76 with star. Al Shire coming over in free agency, he's a 78 with normal dev. And then we're going to be starting the rookie Gray at outside linebacker. He's a 73 with normal dev over To'o, who is a 69 with normal dev. Petrie at free safety, 80 with star dev. For the season goal, we're setting it to make the playoffs. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if this team goes really deep in the playoffs and makes it to the AFC Championship game, even potentially the Super Bowl. At the midseason point, we're currently 3-3, and we're actually leading the division because the rest of the division is not doing great. Colts are 3-3, the Titans are 3-4, and the Jaguars are 2-5. See what's going on with the season stats halfway through here. CJ Stroud has 1,000 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions, 61% completion with the 83 rating. Honestly, not having a pretty great season to start off. Joe Mixon, 461 yards, 4.4 per carry with 5 touchdowns rushing. Not bad. Nico Collins, 300 yards, 1 touchdown. Stefon Diggs, 282 yards with 1 touchdown. Defensively, Desmond King is leading the team in tackles from cornerback position. What the heck? 41. Sacks, Danielle Hunter has 3. Interceptions, we got 3 guys with 1. I simulated to the next week and we just beat the Jets 34-21, and we got a weekly award here, so let's check that out. It's going to be CJ Stroud, 284 yards passing with 4 touchdowns passing, and he also had a rushing touchdown. Nice. Simulated to the very next week 10, and we just beat the Colts 28-14. We got a breakout opportunity for a wide receiver here, so let's check this out. Who's it going to be for? It's going to be Nico Collins. Get him 3 touchdowns or 150 yards rushing, receiving. Well, we ended up getting destroyed by the Dolphins 35-7, so I'm pretty sure we did not get this depth tray upgrade. Yeah, we did not. Here at week 12, we just lost to the Vikings 23-17, and we got a weekly award here, so let's check that out real quick. It's going to be Al Shire, our middle linebacker, at 13 tackles with 1 sack. We also got a new injury, so let's check that out and see what it's going to be. I guess it's going to be Fatukasi. He's out with the torn rotator cuff for 19 weeks, got placed on injured reserve, and 2 of our centers are out for at least a week or 2. Here at week 16, we just lost to the Colts 31-24, and we're in the playoff race here. We're 8-6, tied with the Titans, who are also 8-6, but we're currently leading the division, so we got to win out these last 3 games in order to make sure that we get us a chance to go to the playoffs. We're at week 18, the last week of the season, and we are 9-7, second in the division to the 10-6 Titans, who we're going to be playing right now. So basically, if we win this game, I'm not sure if we're going to win the division or not, but we should be able to get into the playoffs, but let's see what happens. And unfortunately, we lost to the Titans 17-14, and we finished 9-8, did not make the playoffs. The Titans won the division with 11-6 record. The Colts went 7-10, and the Jaguars went 6-11. Check out the season stats. We got the 16th ranked offense. CJ Stroud, 22nd in passing yards, 16th in passing touchdowns, and defensively ranked 28th. Terrible season by the defense. CJ Stroud had 3,400 yards passing, 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 64% completion with a 98 rating. Definitely had a way better second half of the season. Rushing yards, Joe Mixon had a pretty good season, 325 carries for 1,500 yards, 4.7 per carry with 10 touchdowns. Receiving, Nico Collins had 84 catches, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. Stefon Diggs had 60 catches for 746 yards with 7 touchdowns. Dalton Schultz, 46 catches, 573 yards with 3 touchdowns. Tank Dell, 36 catches, 337 yards and 1 touchdown. Defensively, Al Shire led the team in tackles with 116. Desmond King had 112, and Christian Harris had 104. We had 3 guys with over 100 tackles, so that means the defense was on the field a lot. Tackles for loss, Will Anderson Jr. had 19, Autry had 14, Danielle Hunter had 11. Sack leader, Danielle Hunter had 6.5. That's the most. Man, these guys are supposed to be getting a lot. Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. are supposed to be beast mode out here. Autry had 4.5. Will Anderson Jr. had 3.5. Cedric Gray, the rookie, had 2.5. Interceptions, Stingley and Ward both had 3, Harris and King both had 2, and then Petrie and Hill both had 1 interception. The 49ers beat the Bills in the Super Bowl 28-23. Christian McCaffrey won Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen won MVP of the regular season with the Bills. Zach Taylor won Coach of the Year with the Bengals. CeeDee Lamb won Offensive Player of the Year with the Cowboys. Rashawn Gary won Defensive Player of the Year with the Packers. Malik Neighbors won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Bills. That's who they got to take over for Stefon Diggs. And then Chop Robinson won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Seahawks. This is what the final roster is looking like. CJ Stroud's at 84 with Superstar. Joe Mixon's at 86 with Star. Pierce is at 81 with Star. Stefon Diggs is at 90 with Superstar. He dropped down from X Factor. Tank Dell's at 82 with Star. Nico Collins is at 85 with Superstar. He went up to Superstar. Dalton Schultz is at 85 with Star. And the rookie right tackle Fisher has Star Dev. He's a 76. Shaq Mason is at 80 with Star. The rookie center Frazier is a 74 with Star. Green at left guard is a 76 with Star. Laramie Tunsil is a 94 with Superstar. Defensively, Will Anderson Jr. went up to X Factor even though he barely had any sacks. He's at 87 overall. Malik Collins is going to be starting at defensive tackle, because Fatukasi got injured. He's a 74 with normal dev. Autry's down to a 74 with normal. Daniil Hunter is a 87 with Star. Stingley is a 90 with Superstar. Okuda is a 76 with normal. King dropped down to normal dev. He's a 78. Ward dropped down to normal dev. He's a 79. Harris went up to Superstar. He's a 77. Alshire is a 78 with normal. Gray is a 74 with normal. And Petrie is a 80 with Star. I think maybe the Texans playbooks and Madden simulation aren't that great, but even with that, we still were like 1 game away from making it to the playoffs. I think that if we ran back the same season and we switched to the Cowboys playbooks, that they might even win the Super Bowl, because the Cowboys playbooks are like overpowered in Madden. In real life, I expect this team to do a whole lot better. That's going to be it for the video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to the channel. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Hit the like button. That helps the channel out a ton. Say something down in the comments. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.